sponsor.
Yeah,
man.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I must get like a little thing. We'll get all the people that's in Tampa to do the show.
That'd be dope.
You know what I'm saying? NPC or IBB, like.
What's up, guys? We are live.
We're here.
Yeah, we're live on Instagram.
Live on Instagram.
TikTok.
Talking about a big event that just happened.
Oh yeah, which we will be announcing. Yes, sir.
All right, we're live everywhere.
Chad Nelson, KG Pop, Eric, how you doing? Better Run, Aquaholic, Top Cat, JN Newberry, Menza, Lucy, J Joka, Ahmed, what's going on? Lucifer 13, what's going on? How you guys doing on Instagram, TikTok? I think Facebook's up and YouTube is up. I believe, right?
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
So happy Friday and welcome to Titan Lifestyle with me and Big Drew.
That's right. It's Friday once again. Titan Lifestyle. As you guys probably just heard me and John talking about a big event that just happened or is going to happen. Titan's a part of. Very excited about that.
Yeah.
Therapy of the week, Q&A, and some crazy topics today as well.
Oh yeah. And any other questions you guys got for us, like Drew said for Q&A, shoot them out. What's up to Jersey Shore? So we got Hurricane Force out of there. What's going on, man? All right, so let's talk about CJC $12.95 with Ipamorelin. This is a peptide therapy. So a lot of people have been interested in peptide therapies or starting to gain more knowledge and education about peptide therapies. Peptide therapies are awesome. It can help in so many different ways. So different peptides can do different things. And when we're talking about CJC $12.95 with Ipamorelin, we're talking about growth hormone releasing hormone peptides here. And these things are going to help your pituitary produce your own natural growth hormone and not go too much and go over. So it's not going to overdo it, but it's going to, gain back more growth hormone in your pituitary to be able to turn into growth hormone, and at that point get converted to liver to IGF-1 so you can get all the benefits of this great therapy. And it's great for anti-aging. So as we age, we know we're going to deplete and we're going to get less growth hormone that's getting produced.
Yeah, if you ever have those days where you feel younger, certain days, like your body can have different shifts in growth hormone levels. So certain days you'll be like, I just feel great today. It's probably because something's a little bit off or a little bit good. But one thing I like about CJC 12.5 is it can increase your muscle mass. People don't look at it like that. Yeah. They're like, oh, it's not MK, it's not gonna, but it can increase muscle mass. It's gonna give you energy too and decrease body fat. So it kind of does everything.
Yep.
And again, it's water based. So you're not gonna have to worry about painful injections or anything like that. And it works quick too. Yep. I've noticed people taking this within a month or two, whatever they're taking it for, kind of doesn't always necessarily just go away, but it definitely fixes the problem fast. So it's not something where you got to take months and months and months.
Absolutely.
A lot of times people simulate stuff that is growth hormone releasing, like, oh, it takes, growth hormone takes months and months to get going.
It's not true.
It's not going to happen with CJC 12.95. So a lot of times people don't want to spend the money because they're like, I'm not going to see results for 2-3 months. With this, 2-3 weeks, you're going to be looking better, you're feeling better, a lot better too. So,
absolutely. Yeah. It's a great therapy. YG Lee, I'll answer your question in 1 second. So CJC with Ipamorelin, basically getting two peptides, two strong growth hormone releasing hormone peptides. They're going to work synergistically together, like I said, to help increase that pulse, to help you create more growth hormone from your pituitary. So, so with this therapy, it's great for, like I said, anti-aging. And a lot of people want longevity. They want to feel good. And another part of this that can help is sleep. So this can help a lot of people sleep, that have issues with sleeping. And sleeping is going to help you in so many different ways as far as your recovery, as repair, and feeling, refreshed in the morning when you get up instead of still feeling groggy when you get up or tired.
Yeah.
So it's really, really good. So
one thing, I don't have to cut you off, but real quick with the sleep thing, it's not going to make you drowsy. So a lot of times if we say something's going to help you sleep, like, oh, I need to take it at night, I can't drive, I can't, go to work. It's not going to make you drowsy, but just like B12, with consistency over time will help you sleep. So it's not going to put you out, so to speak. Not
going to put you out. Big shout out to Toledo, Ohio. What's going on? YG Lee had a question. He asked basically, would it be a problem if I take CJC at a young age? So
how young?
Well, yeah, he's 20 years old. He's going to be being 21 in a couple months here. With that, so the best thing to do is the blood test, right? And when we blood test, like on a male panel, we have a very in-depth panel. So we're going to test IGF-1 levels. And IGF-1 levels are going to be what the conversion of growth hormone is in the liver, and that's what converts IGF-1. That's where you get all the benefits from growth hormone or from growth hormone releasing peptides. So with this, you really want to look at what that IGF-1 level is. Now, if it's really, really low, then yeah, you can definitely take this and it shouldn't be a problem at a young age because, I think with you, testosterone, if that starts going up, IGF-1 levels can go up too as well with that. So, that's always probably the first play, and then after that, being able to see what else is going on. But it's not a problem, and it's not going to shut things down per se if you come off CJC 1295 with Ipamorelin. So there's no negative side effect as far as that goes. So you can take it for 3 months and say, you know what, I don't really like this, or I don't want to do this. I want to try a different therapy, and you can get off it without any issues, without crashing. We'll have to get taking another medication to wean you off. So it's a good therapy all the way around as far as for anti-aging. Like I said, for people that want to pay a fraction of the cost of growth hormone, don't want any of the negative side effects that growth hormone can do, because growth hormone is good too. I'm not going to knock growth hormone, but take it for a long extended period of time, high doses, that can cause some different issues and side effects. And, this is a little bit safer as far as that goes.
And plus, the water retention's real high with growth hormone that you're not going to get with CJC. And then, again, with growth hormone, it's going to make you feel drowsy, like, pretty much all day. Like, certain people that I've known have taken it, whether they're prescribed or not, I mean, it's just going to make you drowsy, and it's going to make you hold a lot of water. So you're going to have, a weird feeling until you start to get to where you want to be. That's why I was saying before with CJC 1295, you're not going to have that feeling. It's not going to make you drowsy, and you're not going to be full of water everywhere. Like, oh yeah, step on the scale, I'm gaining weight. Growth hormone, a lot of times, it's a lot of water and sub-Q water retention that's making people gain those pounds. Like, I gained 10 pounds of muscle in 2 months. You can't gain 10 pounds of muscle in 2 months. So, it's another thing to look at, too, is where the weight's coming from.
Definitely. And you can look at all that, too. I mean, if you really do the testing, you can find out exactly how much fat mass you have, how much muscle mass you have, water weight that you're holding, the whole nine. So you can get very, very detailed in the testing. Jay Bark said, are you guys talking about TRT? So we are talking about TRT a little bit, but we're talking about right now is a growth-releasing hormone peptide, CJC 1295 with Ipamorelin. We can talk about TRT if you have a specific question in mind.
Somebody said up there, titanium elbow.
That's Hawk Squad. Big shot to Hawk Squad.
Titanium elbow, titanium knee, titanium hip, titanium stop. Right?
Yeah, man. He's had all the surgeries. He's had the injuries, and BPC 157, TB 500 has helped him.
I think he's done a lot of stuff for
sure.
His work though.
MK, yeah. That's right. That's what I'm talking about.
Something with his quad.
Yeah, so
he'd have everything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's been through some rough times as far as injury wise, and came back real quick and still going real strong. He was talking about what he was doing as far as squatting, benching, the whole nine. It was some pretty big numbers too as well.
Yeah, Hulk Squad. While you're on here, real quick, if you don't mind, how long did it take before you started feeling the effects of this stuff? Because that's one of the main things I hear from people. I don't want to wait so long. I want something that's going to happen now. So, how often? When did you start seeing, if you don't mind? When did you start feeling the supplements you're taking?
Yeah, and then Wu-Tang Clan 1234 on TikTok said, thoughts on MK? So MK677 on Beta Morton, it's another growth and releasing hormone peptide, but it's in an oral form, and it's the only one that's in an oral form that works.
So easy. 1 cap a day, that's all you need. It helps you sleep. You eat like crazy. You gain muscle mass. The thing with me is I take MK, and I don't notice the hunger effect of it anymore. When I first started taking them, I was eating off the chain, and it was too much. Now, I'm not sure if my body's used to it. I get a little hungry, but it's not like when you first take it. When I first took it, I was eating everything. But what I like about it now is I don't really notice this. Sometimes it makes people feel a little drowsy or just like lazy. I don't notice anything anymore from MK. I just basically take it, and I don't notice anything. So if you guys are experiencing tiredness or overeating, just stick it out. Just don't cheat on your diet. Stick it out and take it at night until you have to. And then once your body gets used to it, then you can just start taking it a day as a morning routine. Wake up, take my Titan Complete, take my MK. It's just a lot easier that way. But I love MK. That's by far. I don't know. I always try to Hercules potion the MK, but between those two, I have to have those two in my regimen. Doesn't matter if I'm bulking or cutting. Like right now, I'm trying a little bit tighter for the summer. Still taking the MK. So people are like, "Oh, I don't want to take MK because I'm going to gain all this weight." Just control your diet, and make sure you're training and doing everything properly. And you could even take a contest prep depending on the individual and how you can control. Main thing is controlling your appetite.
It's all about self-control for sure.
Yeah. Because my waist is getting tighter right now, and I'm still taking the MK. So I'm like, okay, this is good.
It's doing what it's supposed to.
Keep doing everything the same way. Don't change anything.
Low dose of HMG per week for fertility. HMG can work. There's follicle stimulating hormone that can work. HCG can work, and clomiphene can work. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do. If you're interested in something like that from us, just call or text us 727-389-3220. All right, so let's get over to some of these other questions. Would CJC raise my IGF-1 levels to a higher range right now than 261? Is that high for my age? So IGF-1 levels. So everything on your blood test has a reference range, right? So if you get your blood test, and IGF-1 levels has to go by your age. So the younger you are, the higher those IGF-1 level ranges will be. The older you are, the lower those IGF-1 levels will be because you're supposed to be lowering your growth hormone through it as you age. So you really got to look at the reference range and see what it is, because I've seen some at 350 to 150, and 261's like right in the middle of that, right? So that's a decent, that's where average person usually comes, is like right in the middle of the range, maybe a little bit higher, maybe 3/4, but usually I don't see a whole bunch of people at the top of the range. Some people have been at the top of the range, taking some of these different therapies that we have, these peptides, which is good to not extremely over the range, but in a good number. So you really got to look at that. So the blood test will tell what's going on. As far as raising it, it might raise it a couple points, but I can't tell you, hey, listen, it's going to raise it to 300 or 320 or whatever it is, because different people get different results as far as that goes.
YG Lee always has good questions.
Yeah,
he's always
sure.
on, always got good questions. So
sure, he's getting that info. It's
yeah.
smart
By the time he turns 21, he'll
be an expert like us, right? JVH, what makes y'all stand out to the other TRT places that were set up at Olympia? What makes y'all stand out? All right,
good question again.
Great question. All right, so first off, we've been doing Titan Medical Center here for about 10 and a half years. That's one, right? These other places, maybe 2, maybe 3 tops, maybe. So that's one thing. The other thing is patient care and patient service. So every time that you call, text, email, you're getting a real response back from a real live person, medical assistant, or if there's an issue or whatever, it's a medical practitioner or provider. Even me or Sharice will still get on the phone to this day. So that's the other thing that stands out. The third thing is therapies. So all these places, they all have the exact same stuff, right? They have testosterone, they have estrogen blockers, they got some peptides, they've got some weight loss drugs and all this stuff. But what really sets us apart is our vitamin amino acid injectable therapies. So they're custom signature to Titan Medical Center, like Hercules Potion, Titan Complete, Titan Serenity, Titan Ultra, all these different things. We came up with those formulations to do, and we've got those secured about 8 years ago. So anybody that is getting to that business right now has just been seeing what we've been doing through the years. So it's just, those are kind of some of the different things that make us stand out. I mean, protocols too. So I've seen some of the different protocols where, everybody in the masses gets the exact same thing across the board. You pay for your thing, you get this amount of testosterone, this amount of estrogen blockers, this, even if you get gonadal support or whatever it may be. And are they really monitoring you correctly too as well? Are they giving you what you need, or are they giving you what you want? So that's the other thing. I mean, these are some big points that I'm pushing out here right now, because and some of them don't even have brick and mortars. Some of them are just online.
Yeah. Some guy from a cell phone.
He's got a provider or whatever on the low. He just
on a boat somewhere.
I mean, so when you come in here, it's a multi-million-dollar state-of-the-art facility here in Channelside, 10,000 square foot, and you'll see the providers every day here. You'll see the medical staff here every day, and I mean, listen, that's a lot of big peace of mind too, because if people don't have a place where you can walk in the door, at least one, that reflects what their business is. It is what it is. I mean.
One thing too is for outside of the whole technical medical aspect of it, if you just look at a company in general, look at a company that's been around for 10 years as opposed to places that push product, work so great, they show up at all these expos and all these events, and they do that for a year or two, and then they kind of fade out. Yep. I've seen so many companies do that, whether it's local or national, whatever. Well, they'll just be all over social media. We're the newest HRT company and blah blah blah. We're not a technically HRT company, but that's just what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
They'll start blasting it. They'll be at this show, that show. They're handing out. They're trying to do the stuff we do. They're hanging out the T-shirts and trying to get everybody this and that. But then they fade off.
That's right.
They don't really last that long. So whether the companies. I'm not knocking the companies, but there's got to be a reason why they're not sticking around. I mean, if the company's being successful, if the patients like it and everyone likes it, it's going to stick around. So if something seems too good to be true, if you're walking into an HRT clinic or a clinic, and it's literally just procedure. Fill this out, hand it to us. This is your blood work. Yeah. What do you want?
Yeah.
It doesn't work like that.
No.
So when you walk into we have people coming in here like, hey, how much is Anavar?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like,
Yeah.
First of all, Anavar, which is oxandrolone, is you need to have a prescription for that. You need to have something on your blood work that says whether it's muscle wasting or something. You can't just be a bodybuilder. I want to get in shape.
No.
I want to burn fat. So I want to take this.
No.
It's just crazy the stuff that I hear. And I'm not even the girls in the office. I just overhear it, or people just message me. I'm like, "What? How much is it for this? Like, what do you mean?" Like, and I'm surprised that companies were actually doing that. A lot of places were actually even, compounding and making their things in house.
Yeah, that's
which is
scary.
something we've never done. We don't do that. You're not going to come here and you leave with a bottle of testosterone. That's illegal in itself. So if you guys go into an HRT clinic and you're leaving that day with stuff, or if you're just literally just filling out paperwork just to get your medication, it's only a matter of time before that place isn't going to last, and it's also not healthy for you. Like, it's really not healthy to just go in there. It's basically like almost like the pain management clinics back in the day. You could be like, "Oh, my back hurts," and you fill out this thing. Here you go, and then now all of a sudden they just get you hooked on some opiate, and then now your life is destroyed, and blah blah blah. Like, you didn't necessarily need that, but so other places, HRT places. Be careful, guys. Don't just go in there and I want this, I want that. At Titan Medical, if it's not shown on your blood work, you're not getting it.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy. You're not getting it. If your testosterone's way over here, we're not going to give you testosterone. No. If your estrogen or whatever it is that you're trying to get, we're trying to get you healthy. We're not trying to get you a certain look, or we're not trying to get you your pro card. Like, our main thing is to get everything in your levels healthy. Other companies, they may look at you and say, he's a great athlete. We'll give him whatever, even if it is unhealthy. So now he could push us, and he could say he looks this way because of us. And we don't care if he's healthy or not, but we're making all this money. What we're going to do, we're going to use him for a year. We're going to dump him. We're going to get rid of the company. We're going to have a fat bank account. We're going to move away somewhere.
Yep, that's true.
Guys, got to be careful.
It's true.
I could go on and on.
It's true. No,
but there's a reason why Titan has been around and not going anywhere for a while.
He said thank you, and he started following us.
Oh, you're welcome, man. So, I mean, we're just being honest here. Said Jordan, what's going on? How you doing? And then Warner Brace said Ozempic and CJC 1295 together? ? So I mean, that's
shredded,
dude. So the semi-glutide, right? That's going to be your game changer for weight loss, and the CJC on top is just going to help too, and then it's going to give you other benefits. So I mean, at that point, that's a great combination together. That's a weight loss anti-aging combination together for sure. If it's really simple and easy to get as far as that goes too. Fill out the new patient paperwork. You're going to see a medical provider to go over all your health history, family history, and symptoms. Maybe there's something else.
That would be. I didn't think of that.
That's a good one for sure.
And CJC.
Yeah. So that's awesome. So definitely a good combination.
Good question too.
Good question. Absolutely. I love you guys' questions. So keep bringing them for sure.
Yeah, I love when you guys ask if you could take two different things together, because sometimes you can, but sometimes it's dangerous if you do. So it's better to ask than just experiment or ask somebody else.
And then Seth Jordan asked about, what do you think of the peptide Larazotide? So this one's a new one coming out from the pharmacies right now. Still up in the air about it. I'm reading the research and stuff like that. I want to be able to put it on some patients and let them try it and then see what the real result's going to be with this.
What is it supposed to do?
That's weight loss. So, I mean, we'll see. There are some other ones.
So many options nowadays, guys.
We've got another option that's coming to the table. It's going to be an oral capsule that I think is going to be a game changer. So as soon as I get the final details on it, I will release the name of it. But I think it's going to be a big one. And then you can take it with semaglutide too, or you can take it with tirzepatide.
With?
Yes, you can take it with, or you can take it by itself. It's still going to work, but it's going to do some different things if you take it with. So
might have to try that and jump into a physique show.
I think it's going to be crazy for sure. Headbanger Khaled, what's going on? Lindsay Lee, what's going on?
Strength Addicts.
Rambit, Strength Addicts. Christian, what's going on, brother? How you doing? 8 what's up? Carnal Sachs, what's going on? Testosterone?
So what about Testosterone?
Seth knows his peptide.
Yeah, so he's all over it. So testosterone, like I said, I don't think the juice is worth the squeeze. As far as, I think it's too much. Like through the pharmacies right now, it's way too expensive for a patient to get optimal results. So I've had, because this came out a while ago, we had patients go on it, and then it was a pretty hefty price tag, I remember, and the patients basically, I think it was like 3 out of 5, because we just started it, and we usually just do like a little group, and 3 out of 5 of them did not think the results were worth the money. So and some of these guys were looking for weight loss, they want to gain some new muscle. and they didn't get it. So, if I had to say, hey, listen, what's better for weight loss, semaglutide or Ipamorelin? I'm going to go with semaglutide every time, or one of the other peptides. It is what it is. Interesting. Celiac affects so many people. Gluten is in everything, it seems. So yeah. So I don't know. Some people get affected by eating gluten, and some people don't, I guess.
I've never really saw or tested my body. That's one thing I should probably.
We can run the food sensitivity allergy testing.
Do a food allergy test, but not only that, just eat food that's loaded with gluten for a couple weeks to see how my body is, or eat food that has zero gluten for a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Because I love the testing and all that, but I don't really notice. I mean, sometimes I'll get gluten free just because I feel like, it's gluten free. But is it really? Do I really need it? Right? Yeah. Put bottled water, right? Gluten free, sodium free on it. People buy it. Sugar free, zero water. It's zero sugar water.
Oh man.
Gluten free.
With that, it's like I don't know.
And how did people become gluten-free and lactose intolerant and all that? Because
100
years ago, no one was gluten-free.
Yeah.
No one was lactose intolerant. Like, people were drinking gallons of milk and eating eggs and steak and living just fine. And then now, all of a sudden, you can't touch milk, you can't touch cheese, you can't touch...
Yeah.
Everyone's sensitive. Whether they're sensitive to what you say to people verbally, your words, like, because it's offensive, or whether you're sensitive to food, everything is just so sensitive now.
I know.
Everything is... Even the body is sensitive. Like, gluten, like... Back in the old days, warriors used to be just stab a boar, cut it open, fry it on the fire, eat it, and be shredded. And they
used to bake bread, churn. Back
in the Viking days, right? Those guys were shredded. Like, even if you look at videos of some of these high quality videos that they're reproducing from like the like the Prohibition times, like 1919 and stuff, 20, like. Everyone was walking around New York City, Manhattan in shape.
Yeah.
No one was overweight.
Yeah.
Back then, a male that was 230 pounds was considered overweight. He was fat.
Big time.
Even at, and now it's like 200 pounds is like the average weight of a, depending on how tall they are. I don't know. It's just crazy. Everything's too sensitive now.
Yeah.
You need to toughen up again. Toughen up your stomach, toughen up your mind, just toughen up everything. And how could you do that? HRT, if you guys call 727. That's right. Hey, jump on it right now. You might be low.
Got to stay masculine, man.
Yeah,
I mean, us guys need to stay masculine.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we have to be, offensive to women or anybody else, but we have to stay masculine. I mean, how are we going to
protect if we're not?
Protect, provide. I mean, that's what men should do for their families, for their kids, for themselves, for everybody on this earth. And I think that, and talking about how everybody's sensitive these days, because me and Therese were talking about today. People are being mean. I mean, just I don't know, man. Like, it's on another level. A lot of tension out there. A lot of people are just upset about things. There's a lot of things that went wrong the last couple of years.
Yeah, a lot of shootings. A
lot of bad things, man.
There's mass shootings every week now. When I was looking at it, it's bad.
Yeah. A lot of bad things. So, we need to work on ourselves for sure. Have you guys ever thought about having a Titan photo gym? Training videos would be so cool. A place for all the patients to come and train. Hell expensive fantasy dreams are free. So, listen, when I encompassed Titan Medical Center, when I had my dream of Titan Medical Center was to have an all-in-one facility where I had the medical staff here, I had the dietitian, nutritionist on point, so we can make your foods for you too as well, and then have a gym portion too. So the trainers were in right on page with the nutritionists, dietitians, and on page with the providers too as well. So we knew exactly what was going on from the inside to the outside and really get people results. That's my dream. So for right now, I've got the little lounge over there where I've got some equipment where we can use some of this stuff. Obviously, I can't let all the patients come train in there, but hopefully, maybe in the future, we'll see how everything goes. All right, stack them up. All right, so let's get to some of these. Best PED to lose body fat, no pain.
AOD 9604 could be. We have AOD 9604. That's slept on a lot of times. It's another fat burner product we have here. It's an injectable. That could be a capsule as well. ECA.
No injectables.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
AOD 96 comes in a capsule.
Yeah. So it actually comes in sublingual and a rapid dissolve tablet. Actually.
I say capsule. I just mean oral.
And then who's a big believer of this now, and she doesn't become a believer until she tries a therapy and it really works for her. Is Therese. She does not like pinning the AOD, so she started taking the oral version of it, and she said she started losing weight. So if she's getting behind it, then it's good. But it's worked for a lot of different patients in the oral form. Obviously, injecting is probably better, but you'll still get results from that. Or you can try the Prometheus. Prometheus is another oral therapy. ECA stack plus another oral therapy. They all work really well.
You could do ECA and AOD at the same time too. So if you get both of those something oral you could take.
Yeah, you could try either combination. Really, I mean, you take all three if you really wanted to. I mean, but I think those are your best bet to do for sure, 100%.
But on the no pinning thing, you gotta switch over. Everybody hates to do injections, but the first time you do them, it's even if someone else. I remember the first time I got my injection from somebody, I was like, wait, and now I can.
I know.
I could be in the middle of a meal and just set my fork down and just take my time complete or whatever. But it's a lot better, especially putting all that stuff into your stomach too. Like you don't know, you have to time your food and make sure you don't have fat in your system and all that. So if you can pin, it's a lot safer for you and it works a lot better too.
B Fark asks, do your patients experience infertility on TRT? Absolutely not.
And clomiphene.
It's actually the exact opposite for a lot of patients, where some have got some surprises, and then we've obviously brought some patients back where they could get their partner pregnant. So with this, it's a good question, and it's a more common question. I think it's a myth to a certain degree, and let's explain it and break it down.
I think the reason why a lot of times people think infertility with TRT is because they're doing their own TRT, which isn't doctor prescribed. They're taking way too much. If you're taking 5 times what the doctor would prescribe you, then that's not TRT.
No.
So if you're taking that much for an extended period of time, then you could have fertility issues. But if it's monitored through a doctor, that's the whole reason with the blood work and everything. But if you're a bodybuilder or you're just a guy trying to get big, taking 1,000 milligrams of testosterone for 6 months, then it could start affecting your fertility. But in clomiphene, HCG, that's stuff that people, they actually use that in reproductive medicine. So it's not just something that's used for your testosterone, this and that. You know, if a guy can't produce his sperm, they'll put him on clomiphene or HCG, and then next thing you know, they'll go to the doctor with him and his wife, girlfriend, whatever, and then now they can have a baby. So I know bodybuilders that have taken clomiphene or HCG that thought they can't get a girl pregnant, and then next thing you know, the girl's pregnant, and I'm like, it's the HCG. So, and they're on TRT or whatever too. So, I mean, I feel like a lot of these questions, it's because it's not broken down as to what exactly is TRT. You know, if you take 10 Advil, it's bad, but if you take 2, it's not that bad. So it kind of goes hand in hand. If you take too much of anything, I feel like it can make you infertile. You know, it could be a designer drug. It could be anything that's going to destroy you and make you infertile.
So when we talk about TRT, right, whether it's 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams a week, 1,000 milligrams, like Drew was saying,
that's not TRT.
It's not TRT, right? But if you're taking testosterone at 100 milligrams, 200 milligrams, or 1,000 milligrams, one thing's going to happen. You're going to take testosterone from an outside source, whether it's a cream, whether it's a sublingual troche, whether it's an injectable, whether it's a pellet, whatever it is. So when you start doing that, right, you're taking from an outside source. Your body recognizes this, and there's a signal that goes from your brain to your testicles, and that signal gets cut off. So your testicles start going through atrophy. And at that point, what happens? You get a lower semen volume, right? So your testicles aren't working. Your natural production is kind of cut off at that point, and your testicles start shrinking because the volume is going down, and you're not producing much semen. That's where the infertility comes into play because they don't have enough sperm to swim to the egg to get the female pregnant. So that can happen with any dose. Now, the big thing at this point is you got to have the add-back therapy. So the add-back therapy, like Drew was saying, you got to take at least clomiphene, HCG, kisspeptin. You can take FSH. There's a couple of different ones out there you can do. The most common ones that we do is clomiphene, which is in capsules. Very simple, very easy to take. HCG is still offered commercially, so you can take that too as well. Some people like that a little bit better, but other people don't want to do the injections, so clomiphene works out a lot better.
One thing too with the HCG, if you guys have estrogen issues or if you ever had any slight gynecomastia, breast tissue, breast growth sensitivity, HCG might flare that up a little bit more than clomiphene. So if you guys are on the fence trying to decide which one I want to go with, I would go with clomiphene because I've seen HCG for people that have estrogen issues. It's not bad. You can just take it. You may get prescribed an anastrozole or something like that. But that's one thing to think of. It's a lot easier to take clomiphene because it's a capsule. It's a lot cheaper, and you don't have to worry about estrogen going skyrocketing through the roof.
So I mean, that's another thing. I mean, HCG I think has a bit higher conversion to estrogen than clomiphene does. So he's right. I mean, at that point you can look at the different options and whatever it is. I mean, that's where the customized and personalized regimens come into play too as well. So I wouldn't worry about fertility if you're doing things the right way. If you're doing things the right way, then you have no problem being on HRT, TRT, and being able to get your female partner pregnant, right? So that's a good question, man. Real good question. It's just me or the sound is messed up. Brazilian Wonderlust. She can't hear us.
Which one is she on?
Instagram. It's not you, it's the sound. Pretty leg
Sound is
muscles.
sticking out
Oh,
things.
I have no sound. Sound is messed up, guys.
Instagram?
Yeah.
No sound.
Let's see.
Heard a lot of my friends had infertility issues from the black market testosterone or taking it back in the 90s, fry the reproductive system. So the longer it stays off, the harder it is going to be to get kicked back on.
Yeah, we got a lot of audios.
Let's go. Yeah, just the Instagram, that's all.
All right.
It says the audio is good on mine.
Yeah, it's just...
Pretty leg muscle. She said the audio is good on mine, but it's not.
Alright, just give it time. Alright. Mic test.
And now she said you guys just came in, so we're good now.
All right. Nice. So audio's back. Sorry about that, guys. But yeah, so the infertility thing, like I said, if you take back therapy, you're going to be good to go. IG, we're back on too. I appreciate it, Christian. Static should be gone. It's back, thank God. All right, so let's get to some of our topics real quick.
Yeah, we got a lot of good questions though.
If you got any other questions, please shout them out. We'll just go back to those. That's fine. But as we wait, let's get into the next one. FBI warns against using USB charging stations.
Yeah, I mean, some people think it may be obvious that they're doing this in this day and age, but the simple fact, basically, if you guys go to the airport or the mall or any place, public settings, grocery stores, public lounges where they have free charging stations, whether it's Android or iPhone, once you plug into that, not saying you bring your own device and plug it into the wall, like if they have the wire already set up, you just plug it in. Basically, they could take all your information. They could hack it. They could take your basically all your information just by plugging it in.
This is crazy.
And then what they could do with your information, they could take it and they could sell your information to other places. And then now everyone has your stuff. So
That's nuts.
I didn't really believe it until I read the article. And I looked at a couple different other articles, and now I'm scared to plug my phone anywhere. Like I've said plenty of times before, they're listening to everything. They're watching everything.
Yeah.
You got to be careful with everything that's free. Every time you plug up a device nowadays, it's like, whoa, like, I want to know who's been affected by this, and I want to know, like, it's what happens is a hacker will go up to the actual charging station, and they'll do something, so now every time something gets charged into there, they have their info.
That's nuts.
So they need to either
That's
fix that security, but even if they do fix it, there's going to be some other ways to do it.
Yeah.
I would advise people just not to charge their phones if they're worried about that. Certain people don't care. Some people are like, oh, I'm doing nothing wrong, whatever. They can look at me all they want.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't know what they're going to use. They're going to use that information, sell it to someone else.
Right.
Now you have 50 million telemarketers. Now you're getting all these ads. And now you're getting like just
Bank accounts. I mean,
everything. Yeah.
everything's on your phone, man, nowadays. So,
Yeah, everything's
you know?
on your phone. Bank accounts mainly through your phone now.
Think about it, your passwords are saved on there. Everything.
Everything,
So,
yeah,
they
so
can definitely get some sensitive information.
Yeah, I wouldn't be plugging up to any free ones. Just bring your charger with you. Even if it's just a
Power
wire.
bank, dude. They're getting so little nowadays. I mean, you can grab one and bring one with you. It should be no problem.
Yeah,
I
like
mean,
$20-$30 you can get a tiny little one that lasts
You
like the
know?
whole day. So, but yeah, I mean, obviously if it's an emergency, I'm not saying don't plug up to your phone.
Yeah.
But just be mindful every time you plug your phone into someone else's a wire that's already into a wall.
Yeah.
You know?
That's crazy.
And not only that, I mean, they can tap into your camera too. So now they can tap into your camera by doing that, and then now they can track wherever you go. You know, so whatever you do. So I've seen certain things where now they could hack your phone. Now they have your camera where they could tap into your TV, so they could just be sitting there watching you through your TV or
That's
watch you through your
nuts.
phone.
That's nuts.
You know, so now they could track wherever you go. Like, you know, they have your phone. You plugged it in. Now they can see, oh, John's over here. He's going over here. He's at the office. He's here. They could see everywhere you go. Track your routines. And then once they track your routines, oh, he's out of town for a week. You come home, your house is robbed.
That's
like, there's just so much going on.
So much you got to worry about these days.
Yeah, I don't like it. I want to go back to old school, writing
me
down
too.
notes and little diamond notes, fold them up, and riding my bike. And
For real.
people teasing me, and I'm just saying I got to toughen it up, sticks and stones.
For
No
real.
Boeing back in the day. It was
real.
just sticks and stones.
That's it, dude.
Sensitivity.
Sensitivity, yeah. Too sensitive nowadays. Mutai Bob, he said he's sending his forms way on the next step. When did you send them in? Let me know. And then, send me your real name so I'll look it up if nobody has called you. Usually we get back to the same day. So if you send your forms last night, we usually get back to you today. If you send them in today, like at 4 o'clock, You might get a call today. It might be a call tomorrow or Monday morning because we're not open on the weekends. But
Muay Thai. If you're a fighter, Muay Thai, you might need to.
Yeah, dude. Hey, listen. You can also text a line too, 727-389-3220, and say, "Listen, I sent in my paperwork. What's the next step?" They'll make sure that they take care of you right there on the spot and get you all going. All right.
It was on your Tuesdays.
Oh, nice.
The more convenient things get, the more exposed you are.
Yeah.
True. Brazilian Wanderlust just said that.
Raylon Marie, what's going on? And then Brazilian Wonderlust said, "Don't use your camera to scan it." So the QR codes can do it too as well. They can also track your keyboard strokes. Oh my God!
Yeah,
that's crazy. That's nuts. Yeah.
Don't use your camera to scan QR codes. I didn't even think about it. That's good.
Yeah.
Now, wow.
Scan the Titan Medical Center QR code.
Yeah,
that one's all right. That one's safe. No malware there, I promise. All right, so Elon Musk says he's paying for 3 celebrities' blue check marks on Twitter. So if you guys are on Twitter, heard about Twitter, Elon Musk now owns Twitter. He's owned it for a while now, a couple months. And at this point, what he did was he bought it and he overpaid for it. And at that point, he's a genius when it comes to making up revenue. And, the guy's had some pretty successful companies so far. Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink's coming. So at that point, this is another company that he's trying to take under his fold. He wanted free speech to be able to be out there for people. And he had to make up some revenue. So with this, before on all social media platforms, if a person had a blue check, it was usually celebrity, news source, verified, and it was hard to get verified, right? You had to have some special, maybe some articles written about you, you'd be some public person or whatever it may be. So he said, you know what, I'm going to start charging for a blue mark, and you'll get verified. And everybody can get verified. So it makes those people non-special anymore because everybody can have this blue check mark.
Yeah.
Right?
So it went from you're so special to now.
Yeah, no, everybody at that level, but everybody's going to pay for it.
You paid to be somebody.
So $8 is the cost of this blue check mark. And at that point, no other social media platforms were out there doing this. And with this, there's a lot of people that bought this check mark and are still buying this check mark. Some celebrities, though, have said that we're not going to buy it and we don't care. And at that point, if we don't get the blue check mark, we'll just get off Twitter. So Elon Musk has went back and forth with some of these different celebrities on this, and well, see you later, or whatever it may be, or he's took away blue check marks from different news outlets or whatever it may be. So he did say that he would buy, or he's paying for 3 different celebrities, and that's it. One was William Shatner, LeBron James, and Stephen King. And Stephen King did come out and had a big Twitter saying that he would leave Twitter and he don't really care and that's it. So he's paying for those 3 and those 3 only. But that's it. Everybody else, Kim Kardashian lost her blue check mark. Nicki Minaj lost her blue check mark. I was just reading about this today. Kind of crazy.
The thing is okay, Elon Musk. We're talking about the richest guy on the planet, and we're making a big deal that he's spending $8 on 3 people to pay for their check marks. It's like he's paying $24 a month for these 3 people to get their check marks, and we're like, oh my God, he's paying for them.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know. Just like what John said, the check mark used to be a big thing. Now it's weird. It's almost going backwards because now if you see someone with a check mark, you're like,
yeah, it's fake February.
Yeah, it's almost like before it was like, okay, boom. Now it's just like
like this dude's something special. They got verified or hurt, whatever it is.
Yeah, but I don't know. But the thing with the check marks too is you have to look at why they did it. Look how much money they made when they first. They made billions of dollars just by doing that.
Yeah.
And not only that, to get your check mark, you got to enter all your information and do all this stuff. So what they did is basically you need to get everyone's info.
Yes.
Let's just update everyone's current info and see if it's the same. So buy this blue check mark. They use basically Instagram, that Instagram is everything now.
Yes.
So we're going to use that, to get your information to make it seem like we're helping you, but we really just want to get everyone's information.
Well, that's the thing, right? So Twitter did this, which was monumental. It's pioneering. Nobody did this. Nobody had the guts to do this first. Obviously Facebook and Instagram have been around for a while, and it's owned by Facebook's company Meta.
Oh, Twitter. I thought it was Instagram.
But this is the thing. Instagram and Facebook are now doing this.
Yeah.
And they're doing it at $14.99 a month.
Yeah, that's what I'm getting them confused. Instagram, Twitter, but it's basically the same. Yeah,
dude, I mean, think about their revenue line. I think it was
66 billion or something.
It was something
It was
ridiculous
crazy.
because
Yeah,
how many people
6
already
billion.
bought this through Instagram and Facebook.
In the first 24 hours, like it was like a meme about it.
Dude,
Yeah.
Think about the revenue they increased from their current customer base, and everybody, before like maybe a year, 2 years, maybe 3 years ago, they're going to charge for Facebook. They're going to charge for Facebook, and it was like a big thing. And we all thought, oh, they're going to charge. This is kind of like them charging for Facebook
Yeah.
and Twitter and Instagram.
But I think that will be next.
Oh, it's definitely going to be next.
If they're charging,
You're going to get restricted on what you can do on it.
Yeah, if
I
you're paying
guarantee it.
$10 or whatever a month for Netflix, and people don't even watch those movies.
Yeah.
People are all day Instagram.
Oh, for sure.
Especially some of these women, if they didn't have Instagram,
Yeah.
what would happen then? Like,
I don't know.
All these models that have never actually been a model, that just call themselves a model, and I got my photographer coming. We're going to take these photos, this
Yeah.
and that, like every week. Like,
Yeah.
for what?
Yeah.
It's only for Instagram.
Yeah.
Because a lot of these models, they don't have websites and this. It's
Yeah.
all for Instagram.
Yeah, no, it's true.
They could label yourself a model or label yourself a rapper. You could be anything. That's one thing with Instagram is you could literally be anything.
That's one thing with
Like
the
if you
internet.
want to be a news reporter, you could open up an Instagram page and just talk about the news, and
Yeah.
you can put your own spiel
Yeah.
to it and get it following, and you have no history. But I don't know. It's crazy. Instagram's a lot. Though. I'm on it a lot too. I'm not gonna lie. And say I'm not
Everybody
on it.
does.
Yeah, I'm on Instagram probably more than Google.
So YG Lee says, how does your body know when your outside testosterone is being injected? So your body picks up on foreign sources or foreign things coming into the body. Even if they're bioidentical, it's something that's different that's coming in.
Yeah.
When it starts reading that the hormone is in your body, then listen, everything gets picked up like that.
It's like a synthetic surge.
Yeah, I mean, so that it's your body is an amazing thing, dude. It's the most amazing machine that's ever been built, and it will adapt to what's going on to it. So I can give you the scientific breakdown. I guess I'll do that in another video because I don't think we got enough time for that. 3 minutes to go. But listen, it's definitely, like I said, it's just picking up on it, it's reading it, and that's what's happening.
Werner Brace is asking how he's in South Africa. He's asking how he can try our stuff blood. He can come to the U.S. Or?
We can read blood. I mean, if it's in U.S., like if it's in English, like we can read blood consults like online. So I've done that for a number of different people that have been out of the country. If they just want to read their blood results, we're not offering them therapies or anything like that. If they just want to do that, and like in most of these countries, they can go to their pharmacy and buy it legally, like literally, like. Just go in and say, I want 4 bottles of this, and they can go get it. So, we can
Thailand,
kind of.
I think Mexico.
Yeah, so like if they're in a legal country where it's legal to do that, then obviously, we can tell them, hey, listen, this is off, this is off, this is off, and you can kind of fix these different things. So that's one way. Now, getting the product there, as far as that goes, we'd have to have some sort of agreement with somebody in South Africa, and I have to look at the legalities of that. Is what it is. So right now, I've got some other things in the fire.
Shout out to South Africa for tuning in.
Yeah, dude, for sure. Big shout out around the world, man. Love it. Do you guys ever see a day when Twitter will be a powerhouse in the fitness industry? Has it ever been? I don't remember.
I don't think so. I've been in the fitness industry for 15 years, every day, all day, and I haven't seen any.
You guys
I'm
think
not
so?
really on Twitter like that. I don't.
So let me ask you guys this then. So with Instagram taking away and Facebook taking away the creators' money for some of these different things that they did, Twitter, Elon Musk said he's actually going to open it free where they're not going to take a percentage from their creators for at least a time period. So does that drive everybody over to Twitter? Twitter has been more popular than it was before, even if it is still political. I still get on Twitter now. I'm getting on Twitter more than I was before. And just
Every
to
time I
look
go
and
on
see.
Twitter, I'm just there.
But usually Twitter is like, before it was like flooded with porn, all right, flooded with political back and forth, sensitive stuff. I don't know. I think that if you get enough influencers there, then you create that vibe.
Yeah, but they'd have to flood.
They'd have to flood it.
They have to flood.
But as a marketing tactic, wouldn't you offer that to influencers and maybe in some way of compensation for their creativity?
I don't know. I look at Twitter and Instagram like reading a book or watching a movie. When people are on TikTok or people are on Facebook or Instagram, everything is visual. They want to see stuff. Women want to see. They want to show their makeup. They want to see. They want to have a song. They want to do a little dance. So anything that's audio and visual, I feel is going to overtake than just people just writing statements.
Yeah.
I mean, Twitter, you can have pictures, this and that, but it's not what it's known for.
Yeah.
If you're scrolling, you're just going to be basically reading and reading and reading, as opposed to seeing people and hearing the noises and, you know. So for me, I've never really been a big Twitter person, just because all it is like statements and people talking about.
There's a flood of people, influencers that come in Twitter. People that are already there, they're just gonna fucking put more. Excuse my language. They're just gonna put more stuff up. They're just gonna go hard because that's their home.
Yeah.
I mean, listen, a big one that's brought a lot of people back to Twitter has been Andrew Tate. Because Andrew Tate was banned by every social media platform out there, and the only one that let him back on was Elon Musk with Twitter. So he's brought a lot of people back to Twitter just on his own. So I think if you do get those influencers on there, and don't put this out, but, I mean, Elon Musk can change Twitter however he wants. He can adapt Twitter. He's not like the old regiment or the regime that was in there, and I think that he can adapt, because it's either there's going to be some new social media platform that comes out that dominates things, that beats out TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. That somebody's going to evolve it and do something better, whether it's with AI or whatever it may be. It's coming, but at that point, you know, we'll see. I mean, Facebook never came back, or not Facebook, but MySpace never came back, and it's still up there.
I never had MySpace.
It'll be there. Twitter's gonna be there, just like
I mean,
but I don't think it's gonna be.
But I think that Elon Musk has more up his sleeve to create more revenue for this company, which will bring.
Oh, if there's anybody that could get it up, it'd be.
Yeah, but it's not targeting anything towards fitness. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just one genre of.
Of course.
Yeah, that's the reason why I think in terms of the fitness industry, I don't think Twitter's ever going to be.
They don't care.
Because fitness is what you look at.
Yeah.
You know, fitness is not reading about strength and training. Fitness is all visual. Nowadays, especially in bodybuilding, people want it to be seen rather than actually compete. So everything is visual. Mm-hmm. So if I go to Twitter, I'm going to be reading about all this stuff, but I'm not going to be seeing people that are in shape, seeing people working out, seeing videos, it's more just
might
reading.
Change.
Yeah. Oh yeah. See, that doesn't even look like Twitter to me.
This is Twitter.
Yeah.
It
See, if they start doing it, like, yeah.
It might change.
Yeah, actually, yeah. That doesn't even look like Twitter to me.
It's changing.
When I used to scroll on Twitter, I used to see nothing but words.
All you get the tweets.
Yeah. He'll risk losing his base.
He's not gonna. I don't think he'll lose his base.
If he wants to, he can literally just take all of Instagram.
Well, I'm saying, if he changes, because people like it the way it is now. All these political people that used to post and do all that crap and tweet and all that stuff. But like, if he changes it too much, that's all the users that he has right now. They're used to it. That's their Twitter. If he changes it, it's like if you change something that's new, you might mess up the people.
Half of those people wanted to leave anyway when he took it over.
They're still there.
That's what I'm saying. They'll still be there. They'll still stay. No matter if it was Elon Musk that bought it out, we're gonna leave Twitter, and they still stayed. So just like everybody said, if, Trump was going to be president, I'm leaving the country. He was president. They didn't leave the country. Yeah. It is what it is. And I think, it's good. It'll be good for Twitter. Obviously, he wants to get the advertisers back on there strong. Yeah. And the only way you're going to do that is with a lot of people, visiting the site or the app. All right, so let's get to the next one. Spanish athlete spent 500 days alone in a cave.
No clue why.
What?
But, yeah. Basically, a lady, by choice. The lady said
choice?
By choice. She went down in a cave. It's crazy. I don't know where to start with this. But yeah, she basically went into a cave for 500 days. It was like an experiment. Researchers they were trying to figure out what the effects of isolation does to a person, blah, blah, blah. So a year and a half, 500 days, she was in the cave. She basically just read books and had her own little routine and everything down there. She did have a GoPro when she was down there, so she records stuff, but she didn't have any type of internet, any type of sunlight, anything like that for 500 days.
Wow.
And once she came up after the 500 days, she was like, wow, I didn't even know it was 500 already. I could have stayed down there for longer.
Whoa.
But they're trying to just test what it does to a person's body when they're in isolation for that long. So to be it's bad enough to be in a house or on quarantine or something for a couple months.
Yeah.
But they said she thought she was only in there for 160 to 170 days at the 500 mark, because you lose track of time.
Yeah.
There's no sunlight.
Yeah.
Think about it, if you're in a cave, there's no sunlight. Okay, the sun goes up it's the next day, so you don't even know. So she didn't even think it was close to her time, and then they picked her up, and she's like, "Hey, I need a beer." Like,
yeah, she's like, "I didn't want to go. I could still stay there."
That's crazy.
She went down it when she was 48 years old and came out at 50.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But another thing too that's weird about it is that they said at the 300-day mark there was a technicality. Yeah, technicality.
So she had to come up
and she spent 8 days in a tent and then went back down. I want to know what that was, because that kind of like, it wasn't really a full 500, even if it was.
That's a break
like,
right there.
At the 300-day bar, she had an 8-day break and slept in a tent and then went back.
Yeah.
But even 300 days is still impressive. That's almost a year. That's what, 10 months? That's still a long time. So.
Wow.
It's just crazy. Like, I don't know. Like, why?
It's a secure person psychologically.
Yeah. So, I mean, think about this. I mean, that's a long time. Now,
in a cave, too. Not just like people go to jail for, you're like, oh my God, it was so bad. A cave, no light.
That's what I was going to get to next. When they put you in solitaire, which is isolation, that's to start breaking you down. Usually, isolation breaks people down. That's why they used to put prisoners in isolation, the whole nine. Without sunlight, it's a whole different portion. Depression. I mean, you start you go crazy.
Yeah,
a lot of people go crazy.
Yeah, she said that she never ever talked to herself like out loud, but she would have conversation in her head. She'd have her own little routines. I think she read like 60 books or something like that. She basically just reading down there. But the simple fact she had a GoPro and she took at the 300 point a break is kind of like, meh. I mean, I see having the GoPro because they want to document what she did. But, I mean, if she was down there with a cell phone and a charger, it's not really isolation. So,
yeah.
I mean, I know she didn't have a phone. That's what they say, she didn't have a phone. And she was being monitored the whole time, too. So people up, they could check on her to make sure she was okay. There was like a quote-unquote panic button or something she could do if she needed to. But she probably hit that button at the 300-day mark because of a technicality. I want to know what that is.
Yeah.
I really want to know what the technical thing is. Is it a medical thing, or did she just... I mean, did she need air?
Yeah.
But her complexion changed drastically. When she first came outside, she had to have like thick glasses on because she hasn't seen the sun. Her eyes and skin haven't seen the sun for so long. So it's just crazy to think someone could actually do that. I want to know what the follow-up is. I'll let you guys know the follow-up. But yeah, 500 days in a cave is nuts. I couldn't go 50 days in this room right here.
Yeah, that would drive me crazy. Brazilian Wanderlust said a free social media community for fitness would be amazing. That is a good idea. I don't know why they haven't done that yet. Where you can go on this. I mean,
called
idea. You could go on
Fitagram or something like that.
You could get a coach that was verified and referred.
Yeah.
Like almost like an Angie List type deal. So they actually had real reviews on them. You could go hire a reputable coach. You could share your progress pics with everybody. People could comment. I think that would be really good.
Yeah,
actually,
I think it'd be good too.
We could build me one of these platforms.
Even if they didn't have even if they had like one that's just strictly for fitness, or like they have Instagram, they have Facebook. Those aren't like specific for one thing.
Yeah.
If they had something like Fit-a-gram or something that where it's all fitness.
Yeah.
So that way it would cancel out all the people on there that aren't supposed to be there or talking about race car driving. They should have a race car one. They should have each category. So that's like its own. So that way, if you only want to, because a lot of people, for me, when I go on Instagram, it's mostly just for fitness or health related or nutrition stuff. Or every once in a while, I'll laugh at some memes, but I mean, if they had one just for what I wanted, it'd be so much easier.
Oh yeah, that'd be really nice.
Cancel all
you
the other
filter
stuff
through.
Out.
Yeah, man. For
then
sure.
you'd have like 10 different platforms, and you could have all kinds of them.
What's up, Holden? How you doing, brother? Let's go for an hour. What else we got here? Christian said, imagine the place they got El Chapo at. Life in a Supermax must be hell. Yeah, you know what? And the crazy thing about Chapo, man, he's escaped jails. He's escaped prisons. It's pretty good. I know the ones in Mexico and stuff like that. So obviously paying people off. They'll
GPS underground, dig a tunnel right up to his
cell.
He'll literally just leave.
El Chapo's got us in some pretty big things. So, with that, I mean, I'm sure. Listen, he's got some of those guards on the payroll, and he's living pretty good in there.
Yeah,
I think he's living pretty good in there. I don't think he's got a problem at all. I think a lot of people are scared of him because he probably still got some power in the pool. And
he's probably got a phone, internet access.
He's got money, so at that point he could pay people in there or pay guards also or get anything probably brought into him.
Yeah, you could tell the guard, hey, I'll give you $10,000, go bring me a steak. Right now. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. How would you like it? Medium rare. Yes, sir.
They should put Biden in a cave and leave him there forever, for sure. Marco Chavez, what's going on? All right, so last one. Popular beauty treatment taking heat after new reporting.
Uh-oh.
So I seen this a couple weeks ago. I read the story, and I didn't get to bring it up, and I was going to bring it on Titan Talk. But you know what? Cool. I think this is really good because a lot of people have used this. And I do know people personally that have had the negative effect. So, Cool Sculpting. Cool Sculpting was the new big rave a couple years ago, and Cool Sculpting was a little bit different because usually other medical devices would heat up fat in the body and melt fat away, or you'd have like Smart Lipo or regular Lipo where they go in and actually take the fat out. Well, Cool Sculpting was supposed to be the next best thing because it was actually using cold to freeze the fat cells in the body and for them to get absorbed into the bloodstream and then excrete themselves out. So, sounds really great. Worked for a lot of people, but there is a lot of people this caused deformities to. That means that it didn't go like it was supposed to, and their body looks a lot worse, and they're very, very upset. There's been celebrities, regular people, you name it, across the board. Now, the big thing and why they're taking heat right now
increases the number of fat cells.
It's crazy.
So it's literally
right?
counterintuitive.
And, you know, a lot of medical spas are using this. This is why I never got into this device, because I knew what it did before it's been reported on. When I heard from like 3 or 4 people that and seen it, I was like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing this. I was like, when somebody comes to the Titan Medical Center, this gets done, we're ruined. Oh, look what Titan did to me. You're just formed. You have to get some serious, more lipo and then plastic surgery possibly. I mean, it'll cost a lot of money. And you know what? The desired effect might not still be there.
Yeah. You know what I heard works? Going to the gym.
Oh, yeah.
Eating healthy.
Yes. And Titan
getting
therapies.
your blood work done. Make sure everything's good. You don't need to, wrap it up and conceal it and go to a doctor. You saw that, like, have a marker and they're like, we're going to do this. We're going to look like a football play, like on her stomach. Like, just work out. Eat right, take what you can. You don't need to sculpt your body. You need to shape your body.
They got sued for
$50 million.
Yeah. So basically, with this, with Cool Sculpting, the reason they're really taking heat on this right now is because their reporting was falsified. Okay, they reported a lot less deformities. What really happened? And a couple of doctors came forward, and that's when this thing really got exposed. Allergan, which is the main parent company that owns Cool Sculpting, also owns Botox, Juvederm, and these other things. So it's a huge company. But, if you're thinking about, getting rid of some of the fat on your body and you want to get a surgical procedure, Smart Lipo is probably going to be the best way to go. There are some other treatments that are coming out, but, you never know until you see a big group of people doing this to see what could possibly happen. And that is listed as one of the possible side effects. So it wasn't like they tried to hide that couldn't happen.
Yeah.
They just said it was going to be a lower percentage than really what it was, which is
now that they're deformed, now to fix the problem, they're going to have some other type of procedure. Because if you have a deformity and you do a procedure and one side of your body is, whether it's holding fat or deformed, now that you're deformed, you can't just go eat healthy and work out.
No. Because
what's going to happen is everything's going to get smaller. You're still going to have the deformity.
No, yeah.
So once it's there, now you're going to have another procedure to fix the deformity.
Yeah.
Which there may be a chance if you having another deformity. So it just screws everything up. And then they just turn into Build-A-Bear.
Yeah.
Literally just turn into Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. Let me fix this. And then now you're walking around looking like an old car with new parts.
People are insecure already because they might be overweight. But then they're going to be really insecure if they're deformed.
Yeah.
Guys and girls. You go to a pool, you go to a beach. Now, nowadays, I see a lot of guys wearing shirts. And it's because they got man boobs or they got a big stomach and they're insecure about the way they look. Very, very few are very pale and need to cover their skin because of the sun, right? So that's one thing people need to work on. But, if they have a deformity, they're definitely not going to want to show it off. And girls are going to be even more insecure. I know guys, some of them, they don't care. But if they're getting the procedure done, they must have cared for a certain extent, right?
Because now you hear celebrities, now guys getting BBLs.
Oh, my God.
No, that's all over the world. Guys are getting all... No, but the thing is with the BBL... a lot of guys are getting BBLs now. It's not BBLs to make their butt look big, but they're just shifting the fat, so they're getting a smaller waist.
Yeah.
Like they're not going to get a BBL the way a woman would. But if you Google it now, you can see like there's
Where they putting the fat?
Huh? I don't know, but they're just shifting it around to make their... I don't know. Art could probably pull it up right now. There's a guy that he's like a main rapper, influencer, or whatever that got it done. He's talking about it, and he's like showing his stomach and this and that, and like these guys are building their own abs and everything. It's crazy.
So Victor Guzman said, I love CJC 1295 with Ipamorelin. I noticed results during the first 3 to 4 weeks, and it helped me sleep better. I tried it a year ago, and now I'm back on it for the next 6 months. Thank you, Titan Medical Center. You guys rock. Thank you, Victor Guzman. We appreciate you coming on here and telling us about your experience with CJC 1295 with Ipamorelin. It's actually therapy of the week for you guys out there. It's been a great therapy. Like he said, you'll see results pretty quick in the first couple of weeks, and then hopefully just stay on it and keep getting results and feeling better.
Yeah, it was one of the first questions we had during this episode. Someone was asking. I actually asked you guys the question, how long did it take? So shout out to Victor for putting me on.
That's awesome.
3-4 weeks,
that's
as
awesome.
opposed to if you guys are taking growth hormone, it's going to take 4 or 5 months to get going in your body, maybe longer.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Listen, show's coming up. Tampa Pro Grand Hyatt. Titan Medical Center is the official title sponsor. I was basically, Tim Gardner called me up yesterday and told me that. I was very happy. We're obviously presenting sponsor before that, but he said, "Listen, I feel comfortable. I want you guys to be the title sponsor this year." So that's what we're going to do. So we'll be the title sponsors. We'll be the Titan Medical Center, Tampa Pro in full effect. Can't wait. Hurricane Pro, that's going to be coming up 10/21. Olympia 11/2 to 11/5 in Orlando, and Festival of Speed on 11/5 Ritz-carlton on that Sunday right after Olympia. Can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait. It's going to be a great weekend in Orlando all weekend. Again, Tampa Pro.
Yep.
Titan is the official sponsor, so you're going to see a big Titan banner on the stage. We'll be right back next week, 2 p.m. every week, guys. Titan Lifestyle. If you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube, do that.
Absolutely.
Hit the bell so you're notified of these videos.
Yep.
Watch us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and also check us out on the podcast. Have a great week. It's time to eat and train.
Oh, yeah.
And take my Hercules. Got some Hercules loaded up, ready to go.
Guys, if you're on Instagram, hit those little tri-dots on our page and hit the all notifications. Some of you guys don't have that, and you guys don't know when we go live. Appreciate all you guys. Thank you guys. We'll see you guys next Friday. Titan Lifestyle with me, Big